I started climbing probably like 3 years ago, and then I started taking it seriously and committing to it about 2 years ago. First time I went climbing, it was with my sister and her friends, and I was pretty young. They just invited me, and they were kind of just going because it was something to do. When I went, I didn't really know what I was doing, and it was just kind of like an activity that we did. And then I seriously got into it probably 2 years ago, and that's when I started committing to it and coming in more consistently and training and doing everything you need to do to get better. Working at the climbing gym has definitely made it a lot easier to get into climbing and be here more, especially because I can climb for free. Getting the job at the gym was kind of like a push to get even more committed to it and like start working harder for it. So what I do at the climbing gym, most of the times I'm just giving belay tests. I am teaching people how to use the ropes and how to belay, how to make sure the climber is safe, how to make sure you're safe. So pretty much I'm giving you all the information you need to get into climbing, even if it's just for the day. But if you want to come back, then I'll definitely talk to you more about it. And I give private lessons and things like that. My life revolves around climbing. That's pretty much all I do. It's like all I want to do, and I've given up a lot of things for it. It definitely revolves around climbing. That's like what I want my career to be, so I've kind of got to work for it. My routine coming in on my own, it changes a lot. It kind of just depends on what I'm going to train for or work for that day. If I'm coming in on my own and I'm not climbing with anybody, usually I'll boulder, just because you don't need anybody else, especially inside. Just changes a lot depending on what's going through my head and what I'm trying to get better at that day. There's a lot of different aspects for it. There's a lot of things you can train for. To me, the two main things is power and endurance. So with power training, you would pretty much want to do powerful moves. So boulder, even weights would help. Hangboard, which is where you literally just hang there for as long as you can, and different sets and hang for different times and have different breaks. There's a lot goes into that too. That's for more endurance. So if there's something that I want to work where I'm just pumping out on, like I can do the moves, but I'm too tired to do it like halfway through, then I need to work endurance, which is where I usually just stay on the wall as long as I can. It's really hard to do because it's pretty much like torture. You have to motivate yourself to be in a lot of pain and then still like enjoy it, which is hard to do. For mental game, for me, the best thing I think for my benefit in mental game would be climbing with other people that I know have a big psych going and they're super hype and positive about whatever happens, even if they don't do good that day. So if I'm climbing with somebody and they fall, you know, every single time they get on the wall, but they're still like having a good time, that'll like kind of reflect off of me and then change my mindset and attitude about the day. The climbing community is probably one of the most important things in climbing. The gym that I work at, not just because I work at it, I think it has one of the best communities. Really, everyone just wants to help each other. Climbing is learning from other people and also from yourself. So if you have positive energy around you and positive people surrounding you, then chances are you're going to be pretty positive about what you're doing. My personal climbing community has made me a lot stronger, a lot happier, a lot more positive. It's pretty much had nothing but benefits on me in my climbing life and my personal life outside of climbing, which isn't a big one. There's been a lot of times as I've come to the gym and I've just been angry the whole time because of something outside of climbing or because of climbing. There's definitely been days where I've been in a great mood and then I've come and climbed and then, you know, I was angry the whole time just because I wasn't making any progress. But every time I walk out of the gym, no matter what happens in the gym that day, it's usually like a sense of joy and happiness just because I was doing what I love to do. And a lot of the passion comes from the feeling that I know I'm going to get once I get to the top of what I'm working, no matter what it was or how hard it was. Just climbing a route or a problem and getting to the top on your own, it's a good feeling.